Hi, Piano Explorers. Here we are in segment 2, our vocabulary cards, our sheets, and our rhythms. First one, how many beats? That's right, 1 beat, a quarter note. 2 beats, a half note. 3 beats, a dotted half note. Remember, the dot adds half the value of the note. So 2 plus half of 2 is 1, gives you a total of 3 beats. Here's a whole note. How many beats? That's right, 4 beats. Here's the picture of the time signature. 4/4 means there are 4 beats in each group, and a quarter note, because the 4 is on the bottom, receives 1 count. 4 beats in a group, or we call it a measure. Next one, 3/4 time signature. 3 beats in a group, quarter note again receives 1 beat. Remember this? The double bar line. Stop. That's the picture for the end of the music. The repeat sign. The 2 dots before the double bar line tell you to repeat back to the beginning of the music or wherever the other one of these is in the music. Bar line. The bar line divides the music into equal measures. Remember, a measure is 1 group, according to the time signature. Now for our signs of volume, how loud or soft. The P stands for the word piano. It's an Italian word. It means to play soft. F stands for the Italian word forte. It means to play loud. MF stands for mezzo forte, moderately loud, or medium loud, if you want to remember it that way. Here's our F clef. On the 5 lines and 4 spaces, the whole thing is called the bass staff, remember? And the 4th line is where we draw our note F. That's why we call this an F clef, because it tells you the name of the 4th line, F. Here's the G clef, picture of the G clef. Remember, you practiced drawing those in your theory book? 5 lines, 4 spaces, and the 2nd line is where we draw the circle around for the G line. Remember, it's the 2nd line. And here we have the grand staff. That was our new lesson last week when we joined the G clef or the treble staff with the F clef, the bass staff, together with this little brace in the beginning, looks like a nose. We call the whole thing the grand staff, and that's what your piano music is drawn on. Here's a picture of middle C, written for the G clef or the treble staff. Middle C, the same note, same pitch, middle of the piano for the bass clef. Okay, so remember that. Here's a picture of our bass clef notes going down. Remember, these notes are all moving down one at a time. Remember, we talked about this. If you start on a line and you go to the very next space down or the very next space up, you're only moving down or up a step. That means 1 key, and that means 1 letter, forward or backward. So if we say F, we go to the next one, we go down to E, that's the letter that comes before F, go down another step, that comes to the D, comes before E, and D to C. 1 more down, all steps going down. And there's our F clef line, the line between the 2 dots. Now we'll just review quickly and say our letters from the F line, up a step to G, back to the F line, and down below to the E. F, G, F, E. Where is that F? The first F to the left of the center of the keyboard. So here's my center. Here's middle C, the C closest to the middle. And I'm going to go down B, A, G, F. There's that F clef line, F. Okay? Now for the G clef, or the treble staff. Remember, 5 lines, 4 spaces in between those lines. The second line is the G line, going down. G, F, E, D, C. Where is this G? The first G to the right of the center of the keyboard. So starting at middle C, go up until you find G. C, D, E, F, G. There's the G on the second line. So if I play this going down, it's G, F, E, D, C. Can you do it? Good. Okay. And here we have starting at the G, going up a step. So remember, when we go forward in the alphabet from G, the next letter is not H. The next letter is A again. Remember that alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Going forward, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So here we go. Going up from G, up a step, to the very next letter, A, back to the G, down to the F, back to the G again. Here's our grand staff that we learned last week. So when we take the G clef and the 5 lines and 4 spaces, the treble staff, and we connect it with the brace to the F clef on the 5 lines and 4 spaces, the bass staff, we have the grand staff. And there's our picture of middle C, drawn for the treble staff, middle C, drawn for the bass staff. Okay, remember that? So now you were supposed to practice for me the alphabet. So let's say it and read it together, going forward, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and going backwards. So remember, this would be going down on the piano, going to the left. G, F, E, D, C, V, A. Now I'm going to take it away, and let's see if you can do it. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Backwards. G. Did you get it? G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Keep saying it, you'll get faster. Okay. I want to show you a new picture today, but this is really an old picture. You've already seen these. These are steps going up and steps going down, and steps, notes that are repeated and then going down. So when we first saw these, we called them steps. Today we're going to learn to call them a name, intervals of a second, which just means I start on a note, I go up or down from that note, and that means I've only gone 2 keys. Okay, so we're going to call these intervals of a second. Just want you to see that real quick, and we'll do that in our new material lesson. And then we're also going to see this new picture, legato playing. Here's a little curve. This is called a slur. You're going to see this again in a minute. This is a 2-note phrase, and this is a phrase that's longer than 2 notes. So I will see you in the next segment.